Hi students, welcome to Political Science class. Before starting lesson, I am asking some questions from previous class. What is foreign policy? Foreign policy is a strategy of nation in dealing with other nations. What do you mean by sovereign country? A sovereign country is that country which is not under the control of any other country, either for internal or external issues. What are the main aims of Indian foreign policy? National security, enriching national economies, spreading the cultural richness of our country in other countries, increasing the number of friendly countries and checking the power of enemy countries, achieving world peace and coexistence. These are all the main aims of Indian foreign policy. Next, why India is considered as one of the major countries of the world? First one, huge population, military, natural resources, industrial and intellectual capabilities. Okay, so all these reasons India is considered as one of the major countries of the world. Let's today's class we may learn formulation of Indian foreign policy. For the first time, Indian foreign policy was formulated or implemented by Jawaharlal Nehru. Who formulated our Indian foreign policy? Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was a great freedom fighter and he was a political expert also. Okay, so in radio speech on September 7, 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru explained the foreign policy of India. Okay, Jawaharlal Nehru outlined or explained foreign policy of India for the first time to general public. Clear this? Okay, who formulated our Indian foreign policy? Jawaharlal Nehru. So in radio speech on September 7, 1946, for the first time, Jawaharlal Nehru explained or outlined the foreign policy of India to general public. And this speech gave indication of foreign relationship India fostered with countries like America, Russia and China. Okay, and this speech outlined or outlined indication of foreign relationship India going to develop with the countries like America, Russia and China. Okay, this speech explained. Okay, India going to develop foreign relationship with these countries, which are those America, Russia and China. Okay, so here onwards foreign relationship between India and foreign countries developed. Okay, so Jawaharlal Nehru, he was appointed as the first Prime Minister of India. So he managed foreign policy of India as External Affairs Minister. Okay, here Jawaharlal Nehru. appointed as the first Prime Minister of India and also External Affairs Minister. Okay, so he handled or managed foreign policy of India. How does he managed foreign policy of India? He was appointed as first Prime Minister of India. Along with this, he was appointed as External Affairs Minister. So many a time, foreign policy of India is called foreign policy of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so many a time foreign policy of India is called foreign policy of Jawaharlal Nehru. Clear this? Okay. Here Jawaharlal Nehru, he took two responsibility of our country. Which are those? He was appointed as first Prime Minister of India and he was appointed as External Affairs Minister. Okay. So he managed both duties properly. So as a result, many a time foreign policy of India is considered as foreign policy of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so many national and international issues influenced Indian foreign policy. Okay, so which are the conditions shaped Indian foreign policy? Okay, first one, geographical interest. Economic interest. Next, political situation. Public opinion. International situation. All these shaped Indian, all these aspects shaped Indian foreign policy. Clear this? Okay. Geographical interest, economic interest, political situation, public opinion, international situation. All these aspects shaped Indian foreign policy. Basic aspects of Indian foreign policy. First one, Panchashila principles. Second one, non-aligned movement. Next, anti-imperialism. Next, anti-apartheid policy. Next, disarmament. Okay, these are the 5 basic aspects of Indian foreign policy. Okay, so now we may learn these basic aspects one by one. Okay, this is very important 3-mark question for exam. Okay, what is that question? List the basic aspects of India's foreign policy. You must write all these points. Panchashila principles, non-aligned movement, anti-imperialism, anti-apartheid policy, and disarmament. These 5 points you have to write. Now we may learn Panchashila principles. Pancha means 5, Shila means conduct. Panchashila principles. Okay. Here countries which have their own economic system, social system, political system and cultural systems, they always try to develop good foreign relationship with other nations. Okay, in this way, here in the year 1954, good foreign relationship developed between India and China by accepting Panchashila principles. Okay, in the year 1954, okay, foreign relationship developed between India and China. How? By assigning Panchashila principles. Okay, in the year 1954, both India and China, okay, signed Panchashila principles. In this way, good foreign relationship developed between India and China. Okay, so who signed these principles? Okay, in India, Jawaharlal Nehru. And in China, Chow Lai. Here Jawaharlal Nehru, he was a PM of India or Prime Minister of India. Then Chow Lai, he was a Premier of India. Sorry, Premier of China. Premier means he was the head of the government. Okay, so between India and China, Panchashila principles signed in 1954. Okay, between Jawaharlal Nehru and Chow Lai. Okay, but what happened? 1954, Panchashila principles signed. Okay, but in the year 1962, China broke the agreements of Panchashila principles. Okay, China made attack on India in 1962. Okay, in this moment, Jawaharlal Nehru uttered in loud voice, okay, what he said? World is cruel. We wanted to hoist flag of peace everywhere, but we are cheated. In this way, Jawaharlal Nehru uttered in very loud voice, okay, world is cruel. We wanted to hoist flag of peace everywhere, but we are cheated. Okay, when China attacked on India, Jawaharlal Nehru felt very bad. Okay, so he uttered with loud voice, okay, what he said? The world is cruel. We wanted to hoist flag of peace everywhere, but we are cheated by others. Okay. This shows this satisfaction of Jawaharlal Nehru on China. We learn Panchashila principles one by one. Okay, first one, respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest. Okay. Give respect to each other's sovereignty and regional interest. You know, India is a sovereign country. China also a sovereign country. Okay, India is not under the control of any other country in the world. Okay, China also not under the control of any other country in the world. So we should respect sovereignty of China, and China should show respect to sovereignty of India. Okay, and respecting each other's regional interest. This is the first Panchashila principle. Okay, second one, non-invasion of each other. Okay, no country in the world should attack on each other. Okay, so India should not attack on China. China should not attack on India. Okay, they must develop healthy friendship relationship between non-interference in others' internal issues. Okay, if China attacked on India, in this moment problems must solved between China and India by talking each other. But another country, Russia, cannot interfere in the matter of India or China. Okay, this problem must solved between both countries only. Okay, okay. When China attacked on India in 1962, Russia showed more interest to solve the problem of India. Okay, but it was strongly opposed through these Panchashila principles. Okay, next, mutual respect and cooperation. Okay, one country should give respect to another country. Okay, and they should cooperate each other to solve various problems related to international level. Okay, next, peaceful coexistence. Okay, peaceful coexistence. Spread the message of peace all over the world. Okay, we are belong to only one world. Okay, we are the members of only one family. Okay, we must treat all are like our brothers and sisters, and we live happily without disturbing to other nations. Okay, these are all the Panchashila principles explained. Okay, by Jawaharlal Nehru. We may learn second basic aspect of Indian foreign policy, that is non-aligned movement. Non-aligned movement. You know, whole world is divided into two powerful blocks after the end of Second World War. Okay, after the end of Second World War, whole world divided into two powerful blocks. Okay, among these two powerful blocks, democratic countries came under the hegemony of USA. Okay, democratic countries came under the hegemony means leadership of USA. Okay, then communist countries led by USSR. Okay, communist countries came under the leadership of USSR. Okay, but in this moment, India followed very intelligent policy of non-aligned. Okay, in this moment, India followed which policy? Non-aligned policy. Okay, what is this non-aligned policy? India did not give support to USA or USSR. Okay, it remained neutral or it remained silent. Understand? After the end of Second World War, whole world is divided into two powerful blocks. Which are those two powerful blocks? One USA, another one USSR. So democratic countries came under the control of USA. Then communist countries came under the control of USSR. Okay, clear this? But in this moment, India followed which policy? Non-aligned policy. What is this non-aligned policy? It didn't give support to USA or USSR, but it remained neutral or it remained silent. Okay, clear this? So India got faith from both USA and USSR. Okay, India followed non-aligned policy, non-alignment policy. So what happened? It got support from both USA and USSR. The USSR. Okay. India got faith from both USA and USSR. Why? Because India didn't give support to USA or USSR. Okay. So USA gave financial help to India. Next, USSR gave military help to India. Okay, so it developed a very good relationship between both power blocks of the world. Okay, clear this? In this way, the credit of creating independent policy of non-aligned and making it a part of foreign policy goes to India. Okay, the credit of creating independent policy of non-aligned and making it a part of foreign policy goes to India. Okay, for the first time, Indians created the independent policy of non-alignment. Not only created, they made it a part of foreign policy. Okay, so this credit goes to India. Okay, in this way, India dealt any international issues independently and it criticized any international problems or issues openly without any fear. Independently it showing opposition for some international issues. Then when world was divided into two powerful blocks, not only India followed non-aligned policy, okay, but some other countries also followed non-alignment policy. Okay, it includes Egypt. Okay, then Yugoslavia. Okay, these two countries also followed a non-aligned policy. Okay, but later what happened? After the death of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India. So they used eye for an eye policy in a Indian foreign policy. Okay. After the death of Jawaharlal Nehru, who became the Prime Minister? Lal Bahadur Shastri. And Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India, and they used eye for an eye policy in Indian foreign policy. Okay. After the death of Jawaharlal Nehru, who became the Prime Minister of India? Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi. Okay. So these two Prime Ministers, they used eye for an eye policy in our foreign policy. What is this eye for an eye policy? Means if anyone tried to pluck our eyes, we also pluck their eyes. Okay, that is eye for an eye policy. Okay, we are following non-aligned policy means we can't keep quiet. If any country attacked on us, in this moment we also oppose this attack through eye for an eye policy. Okay, then when Pakistan attacked on India in 1965 and 1971, we used the eye for an eye policy, okay, to face the attack of Pakistan. Okay, when Pakistan attacked on India in 1965 and 1971, in this moment India used which policy? Eye for an eye. Okay, we are following non-aligned policy means if any country attacked on our country, then we can't keep quiet. Okay, so we have to attack them back. Okay, so in this moment India followed eye for an eye policy and it get success. Okay, through this policy also. Intentionally Indians are not ready to attack on other country, but any other country attacked on India, then we can't keep quiet. Okay, we also showing our power to enemy countries. Okay, next what happened? Later Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the Prime Minister of India. Okay, Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the PM or Prime Minister of India. Okay, so he put lot of efforts to develop good relationship between India and Pakistan. Okay, he worked hard to develop good relation between India and Pakistan. Okay, so nowadays we can get to see good relationship between India and Pakistan. Okay, only related to Jammu and Kashmir issue. Then border disputes are there between India and Pakistan. Then remaining related to other activities. It includes trading activities. Okay, there is very good relationship between India and Pakistan. Okay. Third basic aspect of Indian foreign policy, that is anti-imperialism. India is against imperialism. Okay, India always opposes imperialism. Okay, so what is imperialism? Imperialism is an attempt by sovereign country to take over another sovereign country with the intention of ruling it for personal gain. That is imperialism. Okay, India opposes imperialism. Okay, India is against imperialism. Anti-imperialism is against imperialism. Okay, so what is imperialism? Imperialism is an attempt by a sovereign country to take over another sovereign country with the intention of ruling it for personal gain or personal benefit. Clear this? What is imperialism? Imperialism is an attempt by a sovereign country. Okay, it is an effort of sovereign country to take another sovereign country to its control. Why? With the aim of ruling it for personal gain or personal benefit. Okay, one country taking another country to its control and ruling it for personal gain. Okay, so India always against imperialism. Okay, but why India opposed imperialism? Because India suffered lot under imperialistic rule. Okay, before independence, we are under the control of other country. Okay, we had to face lot of problems. After facing many difficulties, sacrifices and struggles, we can possible to get independence from British. Okay, so it is natural for India to oppose imperialism in other moves of the country. Okay, India always oppose imperialism. Okay, because India suffered lot from the imperialistic rule of British. Okay, so it is natural for India to oppose such moves in other parts of the world. Okay, then India declared no corner of the world shall have imperialism. Okay, India declared no corner of the world shall have imperialism. In conference of Asian countries that held in 1949 and 1955 at New Delhi and Bandung. Okay. Conference of Asian Nations held in 1949 and 1955 at New Delhi and Bandung. In this moment, India strongly declared no corner of the world shall have imperialism. Okay. No countries of the world should not follow imperialism. Clear this? Okay. So in this way, India strongly showed opposition for imperialistic policy. Okay. So today's class we learnt three basic aspects of Indian foreign policy. Okay. Tomorrow class we may learn remaining two aspects of foreign policies, that is anti-apartheid policy and disarmament policy. Okay. Thank you students.